This is the MTPredictor weekly market update for June 16th. And I'm working with MTPredictor version 7.5 here, running with the IQ feed. Well, let's take a look at the S&P here. If we look at, this is the continuous contract, we just have a rollover. And so everybody should be rolled over to the new contract as of Monday. But you can see here's where we kind of peaked out here on the S&P, and we got a little pullback. I kind of scrunched the chart up so we can go all the way back to the prior highs in 2007 there. I'm going to take a decision point off of that last high there, and actually there should be one more. Just expand this just a little bit for this swing. There it is. That's the one I'm looking for here. Just drag that over. So we went beyond this small one, and we're just shy of that level. Now if we look at, let's just expand this. Whoops. Alright, if we look at this pattern here, remember this was the wave 3 up. We hit the wave 3 target there, so we anticipate a pullback. We were anticipating, we projected wave 4 down. Alright, so if we check the pullback here, obviously wave 3 up, and I'm just going to use the Elliott wave thing, and you see here's the actual wave 4 support area. Alright, we haven't quite gotten into that level, but you see that's the pullback. Now if we look at the STF down here, it's into the strength band at the top here. That's telling us maybe more upside ahead. And my thoughts here is, we may fully correct back into this wave 4 level. You got a nice round 1500 support level in there as well. Or this pullback may remain fairly shallow. We've got an options expiration week. 70% of the time the markets like to rally into options expiration. So I'm anticipating that we could get another rally here into this weekly decision point resistance level. There's a big area. It goes from 1700 to 1800 plus here. But let's just project up wave 5 here using the tools in the software. I'm going to use our wave price target tools. We're going to go up wave 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's the minimum wave 5 target here. Here's the typical wave 5 target here. That all runs right within this decision point. So that would be kind of a logical scenario here with the strength on the STF. The pullback may be shallow, maybe not reaching the full wave 4 target here before it begins to move higher. Maybe the options expiration helps. Like I said, they do like to rally into that level, and we can get into this wave 5 target. Let's see, where's the crosshairs here? That will come in right about 1737, 1735 area, the minimum wave 5. So we'll see if it makes one last run up there before it actually truly corrects. And if it does truly, depending on where the wave 4 ends here, that's where the correction will be back to this wave 4. It would take a decision point off of that. So we'll see if we can get one more last leg based on the strength on the STF there, if we get kind of a shallow pullback. Let's just look at the we'll look at the NQ here. The pattern on the NQ. If we look at this little pullback here, it's looking like a potential wave 4 pullback. Again, hasn't reached the actual wave 4 support area here. You can see that's where it is. Maybe we get an ABC type correction, same with the ES, into the wave 4. Or like I said, because the STF is strong on the ES, not quite showing strength here on the NQ to the upside, but we can also project up wave 5 on this market. Alright, let's go up wave 5 here. And here's the minimum wave 5 target. Looks just above the wave 3 swing there. And so that's going to come in. Looks like around 30.93 is the minimum wave 5 there. We can take a decision point off the wave 3 swing now as well. We'll have a kind of overlapping resistance in that area. So we'll see how this pullback goes. It doesn't have that much further to get into the actual wave 4 support. And then we'll see if it makes that last run into wave 5 before we get a true correction, or a deeper correction anyway. YM, let's take a look at the YM. Now the YM again, we'll just take this level off here for a second. Here's the prior all-time highs here. We'll take a decision point off of that level. I've got to expand this a little bit to get this on here properly. There it is. Okay, so you see the Dow is in a major resistance, decision point resistance area off of the prior all-time highs. Again, getting a pullback here, similar to those other markets with the pattern. Here's your wave 4 actual support area, and we'll see STF on this market again into that gray band at the top. That's telling us there may be more upside ahead, and therefore this pullback may be shallow, maybe doesn't make it all the way into that wave 4 support area. And so let's just again project up wave 5 using the tools and the software here. Again, these are levels you can have on the chart before the market gets there. They're leading indicators. Most software will give you a lot of lagging indicators. This is a leading indicator. It's on the chart ahead of time before the market gets there. That doesn't mean the market will get there. What it means is, though, if we do pull back into wave 4 and you want to be a buyer in that area, you can be a buyer with a target now projected out in the future here in terms of price. So it's just above 16,000, nice round number, is the minimum wave 5 target. So we'll see, if we get a continuation of the selling, obviously we've got a target here to the downside, and if that, as this would indicate, this pullback may be shallow, or even if it does pull back into the wave 4 support, if that STF is still showing strength, we would anticipate another leg up into wave 5, into this major, again, deeper into this major weekly resistance area. And then we've got some other things coming into play. We start getting above 16,000 on that 25-year broadening pattern in the S&P and the Dow. That's a major topping pattern that is out there. So that's a much bigger picture, but that's all out there. Let's look at the Russell. We don't spend a lot of time on the Russell, but we'll take a look just so you can see the pattern here in the Russell. All right, also wave 3 up, and again we can project wave 4 down. And you can see where the wave 4 support area is there. STF looks to be into the strength band there as well. So this again may be a shallow pullback. This market's held up a little better than the other markets. So we'll see if that is not able to fully pull back into that wave 4 level, which is what I would anticipate when that strength band, the oscillators into the strength band. We should get a pullback, maybe not as deep as this wave 4 actual target area, and then another leg up heading into potential wave 5 there. So those markets are pretty highly correlated right now, and heading into options expiration, we'll see if we get that move up. You also have Fed going to be having something to say here this month as well. So that is always a wild card depending on what's said there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Silver on the weekly chart here. We see that I have the wave 5 pattern that was at the $50 just near the $50 high there. And once we go wave 5 up, typically we get a correction again back to the wave 4 DP. That's this level here. I already had it on the chart. That's where we're at. All right, so we anticipate that this should hold as support. Now, if this does give way, that would not be a good sign for silver and gold as well if gold support fails, because then we'd be looking down around this $10, $11 area. So we'll keep an eye on that. Here's the dollar index, and again, that decision point buy signal down there did reach the target. There's the next resistance level. You see this kind of sharp sell-off here because the euro, obviously, let me bring up the other chart. Okay, so here's the you saw the drop in the dollar as the euro has rallied pretty hard here. Now the weekly is still, if we just analyze this setup here, the weekly is still on a sell signal. However, if it gets back to the entry here on a trade like this that's achieved 100% initial risk on a weekly chart, you probably have stops to break even there at 34.12. So if it gets back up there, then that would be a break-even trade there. So we'll watch that. Just a peek here at the euro yen. It was a nice buy signal down here on the weekly chart. So it was telling us that this thing was in a support area with divergence that may rally, and it sure did. Obviously hit the first target there and went beyond. We can take a decision point off of the prior swings here, and you see that's where it hit the next major resistance, kind of pulled off of that. There was strength on the STF. You can see that when it hit the first target, so that was telling us there was more upside ahead. So if you were along this, you could be trailing with a trailing stop. It wasn't a standard trade setup, so you had to be anticipating, wanting to take that potential signal against, obviously the larger degree trend was down here, but these look for market bottoms. So interesting setup there. And if you want to just take a peek, here was the Dow on a Friday on the 3-minute chart, the Dow Mini here, and so this analysis works the same way. So there was a buy signal here. Our STF was neutral. These are just standard trade setups. Anybody can take these. And then as the trade progressed, the STF was neutral, meaning we can go long or short. So we have to switch from the long side, exit the long at a small profit, and then reverse this to the short side when this TS3 sell signal came in. So oops, that's not correct. That should be less than 1R here. Right about there. So about 1.5 R. It's about, in this case, about $520 before you got a reverse to the short side with this TS3 sell signal. That reached the target for 3.5 R. So on a little $360 risk, take out about $1,200 at the target there. And then later in the day, this decision point on a neutral STF, which means again we can go long or short with these setups. This one didn't quite reach the target before the market closed, but still was profitable, adding to your profitable total there. So let's see what that was. This was just near the close there, so another about 2R. So about 6 or 7 R, 6 or 7 times your initial risk on these 3 trades. So this analysis works the same on a 3-minute chart as it does the weekly charts. I usually don't cover the smaller time frames on the weekly market update, but if you're a day trader, you can use this as well, and we'll teach you some, how to use these other tools in the software to find those wave 5 patterns at a major top or major bottom and how to play those. And so we do that in our trading room, which is free for our clients. All right, we'll leave it there. Again, options expiration Friday that we're heading into. We've got the Fed going to be speaking as well. So keep your eye on those things. Definitely some market movers. So we'll stay on your toes, and we'll come back next week and we'll see how the market has progressed north or south here, at least on the U.S. markets, and then we'll take a look at, again, we'll look at gold next week, and we of course we looked at silver this week. Oh, one last thing on silver. Just if you missed, again, this support area on the daily chart. This was our wave 4, headed into wave 5. If I can put this level on the chart here, let's just look at the wave 4. There's our wave 4, and of course we headed down into wave 5, and we know this is the area of major support from the weekly chart. So there's your 5-wave pattern down. Now, typically we'd anticipate that the market should correct back to this wave 4 decision point level, back above around that $25 level, and it's kind of consolidating and struggling. Again, if this bigger area gives way to the downside, then we've got room down to that $11 area in silver, and obviously we'll watch gold too, as this will follow gold. If this holds as support, again, we anticipate it to rally back around that $25 level. If they take that level out, $25 or so to the upside, then we anticipate this whole 5-wave pattern down will get erased to the upside. We'll take our decision point off here, and that would put us back up around $35 an ounce for silver. So I just wanted to cover that before we left. So anyway, have a good rest of the weekend, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. All right, take care. We'll do it all again next week.